Deciding to reach out to a therapist is a huge, courageous step. So first and foremost, welcome to this journey. But if you're like most people, then just the idea or the concept of reaching out to someone new starts to raise a little bit of anxiety. Now, every therapist is different and unique in their own way, and so that makes their intake process or those phone calls that you might be expecting, that process is just a little bit different for every single therapist out there. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through what my own process is, just to give you a taste of what that can be like or what you can expect if you decide to reach out to a therapist. So let's say you decided to reach out to me. You can either do so via email or you can even call me directly. Either way you choose, email or phone call, there's probably going to be a bit of a conversation regarding scheduling a 15-minute phone consultation. So if we have time, if you decided to give me a call directly and we both had time in our schedule right then we can just do that phone consultation right there. But if we didn't have time right then, if that didn't match up with our schedule, or if you decided to email, then we can go ahead and schedule something in the next couple of days or early the next week or whatever works best for your schedule and what works best for my schedule. So we can set aside that 15-minute time frame where we can talk about logistics. And I'm going to run through what those logistics are here in just a minute. If neither email or a phone call sounds like a good option for you, in my case, you can also just schedule a phone consultation right on my website by clicking the Get Started button. Okay, so now we've covered how do we get to that 15-minute phone consultation. Now let's go over some of the logistics. What are we going to talk about during that 15-minute call? Usually I would start that process off with just asking, do you have any questions about services, about myself, about the services that I specifically provide, or just about therapy in general? And if you don't have any questions initially, that is totally okay. I will definitely guide you through that process, and I might even just start out with talking about those logistics. We can cover scheduling and payment options just to make sure that these services that we can set up for you would meet your schedule and also your budget or your financial needs. And if we find that some of those logistics really line up for both of us, then we can start to run over some of those topics, like what is bringing you to therapy in the first place? What are some of those changes that you want to see in your own life from therapy? And then we can walk through some of those a little bit more in detail. I know it's only a brief 15-minute phone call, so we can't go too much into detail, but we can cover it enough to start talking about what might be beneficial for you and how can I help in this process to help you reach your goals. Okay, so we made it through that phone call, we went through that whole process. Now we decided to schedule a first appointment. Now, the first 1 to 3 sessions are typically more of this intake process. It's kind of an exploration of what's going on in your life, what do you want to change, and then we can start to collaboratively talk about treatment planning. How are we going to get from where you are now to where you want to be, and how is therapy going to help you in that process? Now, I hope that this brief little snapshot video helps to ease any anxiety or nervousness that you have when it comes to starting this whole process of researching therapists and calling them to see if they would be a good fit. So I hope that quells any anxiousness there, maybe not all of it, but I hope it gives you an idea, a good enough idea to encourage you to reach out to that therapist, ask the questions, and see if they would be a good fit for you. And really, if you have any other questions about this process or about therapy in general, I am happy to answer your questions to the best of my ability, so please do reach out.